and welcome to round 20 of the Craftsman Cup Series, and we are at the 2.6 mile super speedway that is Talladega. If you'd seen qualifying yesterday, then you would have seen that rookie Alex Rowe struggling in the championship. Really not going to be winning the title, actually, but wants to try and end these last few races on a high. But he will start this race from the pole, and he'll be alongside Sky Commons, a winner already this season. He'll want to make it 2 wins to be on the same with Jesse Turner. And then behind on the front row, you will see Matt McIntyre. He is just on the cusp of getting into the top 10 in the championship, and he is alongside Brandon Ross in the Wood Brothers Ford number 21. Championship leader Noah Carr starting deep in the field. He's going to start on the outside of row 16 alongside his teammate Michael Norman, who is also just outside the top 10 in points. Their teammate, James Qualls, who's sitting third in the championship, he starts a row behind Noah Cars, and he'll be alongside Christian Martin as well. The guy that's sitting second in the points, you see that RJ Bishop on the outside row 4 behind the 07 of Wintergreen. And also back there too is also Zachary Fitzwater, who unfortunately his car disappeared during qualifying yesterday. But as I've always said about Talladega, starting dead last is not a big concern. We have seen many races before in the CCS, in previous ones as well, that drivers starting at the back of the grid at Talladega will often win the race. We saw it last season with Cody Lammers, because he started, I believe, dead last, and he went on to get into victory lane, or what was definitely the back row of the grid anyways, but he did get into victory lane in what was a struggling season at the time for Cody. Doing a lot better this season, and he's starting pretty much in the middle of the pack. You'll see him in the green, number 18. Anyway, let's get these 42 V8s get moving. And out they will all go then for 57 laps around here. Over 110 miles, I believe it is. So as all 42 head out, which is a good sight to see, here's the rest of the starting lineup. And the lights on the pace car are off, and Alex Rowe can dictate the pace where he'll get going and get the flagman to wave the green flag if it looks all nice and good, which it always is. They always look in fine photo when they get into double file formation. Here we go then, Alex Rowe and Sky Commons, two guys that are struggling in the championship. They bring the field to the green flag, and we're underway at Talladega. Oh, and smoke already, and I think that's from the 22. The 22 of Matt McIntyre is going to the apron of the track, and he has an engine problem. So problems already on the first lap, as there is the ailing 22, and you can see smoke billowing out of the Bill Davis Dodge, and that is already an early retirement for the 22. There must have been a problem when maybe doing the parade lap when the cars were coming out there, but already disaster for Matt McIntyre. Really didn't need to do that, because he was nearly on the inside, being in the top 10 if he had a good finish. But anyway, we've got 6 cars up front here leading, and Alex Rowe had just did the first lap, and that would give him 5 points. But there comes Brandon Ross in the 21, and there is the 40 machine of RJ Bishop. Got no help behind him. So the field is sort of constituted into sort of like a free car group. We've got this group now. Oh, Dylan Young's now gone into the picture now. So you've got 7 cars now in this lead group. Then this group that's led by Jamie Smith, which actually caught up with this back at the lead group. And you got this big hump of cars here, led by Dylan Pulte in the number 19 machine. Looks like Brandon Ross, is going to lead the second lap as we head on to lap number 3. Cars that all go into the apron of the track there, not to try and get past on the inside, but also get past on the outside. There's a championship leader, Noah Cars. He came across the line in 23rd spot. And he's already made an improvement of 9 places as a result. The Pizza Hut Chevrolet, the black car, as you can see right in the middle. Right behind him is the Zero of Wes McCall, who's been in the championship lead pretty much the majority of the first half of the season here. He's not leading the championship here now, but... Oh, well, that's a sight that they wanted to see, is the 40 car of RJ Bishop. He's second in the championship, and he's going to possibly lead a lap, and he will gain 5 points closer to Noah Carr's championship lead. But looks like it's going to be Jack Mitchell just behind in the 42, which he's going to be in a 4-wide situation. And now as Ali Rain in the 77 will go below 2. And behind Ali Rain is Seth Coles. You've got all 3 Chip Ganassi cars now running in the top 4. It's a Dodge 1, 2, 3, 4. At the back of the pack, you see Christian Martin in the Sony number 12 car, not the original livery. Oh, and that's Ervig and the 17, and slabs the outside hard. Whoa, and I think the championship leader may have got involved, and indeed he does. The championship leader, involved. Oh, and then he gets absolutely hit hard by Charlie Buxton. Nowhere for Kyle Matthews to go, and nowhere for Brandon Ross to go as well. Cody Lamar's winner last season, like I mentioned at the start there. Dylan Young, we saw him up at the front. He's got some damage. Colin Jones also too. He had a great race at Michigan a week ago. And there's damage already on the Peak Fitness Ford team. So caution is out then on lap number 5. And the cars have all managed to slow down. Well, they are starting to call Constantina now up. Hopefully there's not going to be any pile-ups on the back of there. I hope not. But anyway, let's see what happened then. And it was always where the crash, it's always going to be, going into turn 3. And here's the replays. And we've seen a load of accidents, especially last season's race. And I think also in the early round of Talladega, where the crashes usually happens just going into turn 3, because obviously the transition going from the flat part onto the banking. And that's what happened there. Jamie Smith, nowhere for him to go. Jessica Shelton, she got turned around there, you can see. The 20 gets into the 48 of Chris Summers. Ospina hard into the outside wall. So too did Nick Gunther. Then there you can see the championship leader just goes into the 97. He's going to slide down right into Joshua Collard. And let's see if we've got further forward in there too. All the other drivers then just avoiding it there. You'll see Colin Jones. You'll get some impact there. There's Collard now spinning up across. And then we're going to see here from Noah Cars. His car's going to slide down. And yeah, just Charlie Buxton, no time for him to react. And there's the more contact there. And that's what made Kyle Matthews' engine completely gone, as well as Charlie Buxton. So a few hard hits already, but especially to Noah Cars, the championship leader is out. And we'll go on board with Noah Cars. Brant Disco just ahead of him in the Harris Chevy. Yeah, Charlie Buxton couldn't react in time. And this is from Brandon Ross. Again, it's just very tight there. And there's the contact. The plant gets into Smith. Oh, and there's the contact there with Buxton to Noah Cars. And on board with the pole sitter, who actually managed to get through this. No, fair play there. Fair play to Alex, who spotted him well there. see some right side damage on Jamie Smith's Chevy. Well, we're just having a look to see if any drivers are making pit stops here, and I think the drivers that are coming in are probably the ones that were involved in the accident, which you can see there. Yes, pretty much all the drivers that were involved in. Nick Gunther then leads the field. Sam Oskin also in. So too is Winter Green and Ospina. Dylan Young, who's just had no luck at all this season. He really hasn't. It's basically the cars that's been involved in the accident. Hopefully none of them are going to retire, unfortunately. Oh, and there's some contact in the pits there. Cody Lammers and Brandon Tedesco got forced into the pit lane there. Let's see other drivers. Oh, Dylan Young is out of the race, unfortunately. Again, like I was saying, no luck at all for that team. And out goes the 18. Yeah, the 66 also has just disappeared. I think also Brandon Ross is unfortunately... Oh, no, there he is. Brandon. Oh, and he's out of the race as well. So the deck lid and the bonnet had just fallen off, and he's unfortunately out of the race. As the field are making their way onto the backstretch, let's get back to the green flag. Well, we're going to be on lap number 9 out of 57 of this race at Talladega in the Craftsman Cup Series. The only drivers that came into the pit lane, like I said, were the drivers that were involved in the lap 5 accident. And the cars that are already out of the race include... I think, let me go to see if Joshua Collard is still in this race. No, he is not. No, he ain't. I'm just seeing who else is also in there too. Okay, then, so the drivers that were out of the race as follows then. So you've got Collard is out, Colin Jones is out, Dylan Young is out, Brandon Ross, championship leader Nova Cars, Kyle Matthews, Charlie Buxton, and already the 22 of Matt McIntyre already out with that lap 1 blow-up engine here. So anyway, Poteet will lead the field. Ali Rain in second. Matt McLean in third. RJ Bishop, big opportunity now for him. He'll know that the championship leader is out of the race. So this is big must opportunity to him to finish well and to capture back the championship lead. We're back underway then at green flag. 5th place then is his teammate Seth Cole. But Dylan Pulte leads the field back to the green on lap 9 out of 57. Yeah, Pulte's had a great jump, but that's probably the biggest gap you'll see in this race here tonight, because he'll be a sitting duck as the field is going to probably get by him any second time soon. No, he's going to hold on to the lead. And Matt McIntyre, we're seeing a lot of Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre's already out of the race. Matt McLean, my apologies. Matt McLean. We're seeing a lot of Matt McLean up at the front now. Where has this been, you know, especially in the first half of the season? Matt McLean's last in the championship here, and he's going to lead another lap. That's what 3 races now in the last 4 for Matt McLean, so he's got 5 points now. Levi McIntyre in the 88, he's also struggling this season. There's Michael Norman, who's just fallen outside the top 10. So he wants a good finish there. There's the 00, where's Bacall? And there's the 24 of James Qualls. They're going to go 4 wide here. It's always the transition there that's going on the backstretch to the bank, and that's where usually the crash always starts to happen. Or sometimes also on the backstretch, you know. But Matt McLean with a nice advantage then. Probably going to be gobbled up here. Shuts the door in McCall's face. And there's James Qualls going through the middle. And here's the 9 of the Mopar Dodge of Danny Wells down on the bottom of the track. And he's got the 10 of Jesse Turner right behind him. Now at the tail end of the pack here, there's Ali Rain, because she restarted in second place. And Dylan Pulte, who started leading before going all the way down, back down to the back of the pack. And you can just see there the number 8 machine. That is Andy McCreary just on the tail end of the sleeve back here. So we've got at least 21 drivers here battling all for the lead here, which is still led by Matt McLean in the 31. And look who's in the middle there, who I've just noticed too, as we're looking at far back there at the battered drivers here. But look who's making his way in the middle. There he is, the guy that disappeared in qualifying. His car disappeared in qualifying, so he had to start at the back of the grid And there you can see Zachary Fitzwater started 42nd. He's already up to 4th in just 12 laps. It also did help that he actually got by the crash there, no problem too. But like I said, I've always said this in qualifying, if you're starting dead last, it's not a big issue. And the car is also in the middle of the track as well, is Daniel Voiles, the M&M's Ford. There he is, 4th in the middle line. Got Carson Green right behind him in the 15 there. Daniel Voiles there, finding some good, decent form actually coming at this racetrack. Again, he broke the record by having the biggest win in CCS history. Nearly a 33-second advantage he had over the guy in second place. I don't think, if he wins it again, I don't think the margin will be 33 seconds, I can tell you that. Right then, back up front there, and now looks like we've got Jack Mitchell up front now in the lead. Teammate Seth Cole beside him. I think Jack needs to cover the inside here, and indeed he is. And here comes Pulte with a full head of a run. Yep, Jack kind of blocks off the momentum there from Dylan Pulte. And now is that going to enable Michael Norman to go to the inside? Yes, indeed he does. I think James Qualls wanted to go with his teammate. Oh, but now Michael goes to the middle of the track now. Jack Mitchell leads a lap at Talladega. James Qualls narrowly missed out on the win last season when he lost by about a few thousandths of a second to Cole Diva when he just passed the car that he drove for last season. Still 22 cars then in the battle here for the lead. Let's have a look further back now, and you can see further back you've got this pack of cars led by the 11 of defending Daytona 500 champion Zachary, what am I on about? Nick Gunther. Then you've got Charles Sanford there in the 32. Brent Wintergreen, the only rookie to still win a CCS race this season, followed by another rookie behind him, Liam Ervig. There's Banter Disco in at the 7, as well as Jessica Shelton in the 17. And the 49 of Austin the Plant. There's Chris Summers. There's Jamie Smith in the 4. Again, that's the same car that he raced at Daytona, but got him at P2 in the Daytona 500. And Sam Oskin is now in the pits. So, problem for the 16 car. We'll have to keep an eye on what happened there with Sam Oskin, unfortunately. But yeah, Oskin in the pit lane. And there's Cody Lammers. Looks like he's not going to win this season's race, unfortunately. And Diego Spina then at the back of the pack. And there's the outside pole setter now leading this race now. Oh, here comes Martin. Martin now with a good run, as well as Daniel Voiles. And he'll make it 3 wide for the lead. Fitzwater all the way up to the top of the track. He'll want to make it 4 wide. Oh, that was close for the finish line. Who led that lap? Was that Commons? Yes, indeed it was. Commons gets a well-earned 5 points for leading the lap. As we're 4 wide for the lead now. Yeah, you'll be seeing that all day there. Cars going 4 abreast, 3 wide. Danny Wells. What's happened to Danny Wells? Danny Wells has now encountered a problem. The Mopar Dodge is turning into the pits now. And there's no smoke on that car, so it looks like there's a problem. It could be a terminal problem. It could be fixed in the pits. But yeah, Danny's car's actually coming to a complete stop. I don't think he's going to make it into the pits. Has he got the speed to keep it going? I'm not too sure. He's probably going he's actually gaining speed. He's up to 70 miles an hour. So his car's going to be fit enough to get into the pit lane, but that looks like that could be a terminal problem as Alex Rowe, the pole sitter, back into the lead. James Qualls, there you can see him in the DuPont Chevy. He wants to lead a lap and get 5 points. RJ Bishop has already led a lap, so James wants to do the same. And he's got the inside, the quicker line, the lower line, and indeed he will take the lead. Now, if he can hold on across the start-finish line, because don't forget it is just after the tri-oval, not at the start, not in the middle of the tri-oval like it is in Daytona. They've got a little more racing to do until there, and Qualls did lead the lap, and that's 5 bonus points, and that will help him for the championship as well. Knowing that the fact that no car's not going to gain 5 bonus points for leading the lap, but already Bishop and Qualls already have. Now they are catching up on some lap traffic. That's the 97 of Diego Ospina, and they've already held up the leader. And they're going to hold up Jack Mitchell by the looks of it. Yep, indeed he is. I don't think the second pack, still led by Nick Gunther, is going to catch up to them. But yeah, Ospina's holding up a gang of cars right behind. And through into the lead now goes Carson Green in the 15. Still Ospina holding up drivers. Jack Mitchell has been really held up behind the 97. Mitchell has actually freed himself now away, and I think that's the outside, I think that's the pole sitter now, Alex Rowe being stuck behind the 97. Indeed he is. So Alex Rowe now stuck behind the slow Ospina. And wow, Ospina's actually blocking. I don't know if there's a little bit of beef with Ospina and Alex Rowe, but he just can't get by him. She has to go around the outside. Now, I wonder if that will make Alex Rowe lose the lead draft here. I think it might be. Anyway, Bishop has gone back into the lead. Nathan Hudson second. Wes McCall third. And there's McIntyre again in that UPS Ford. He's back up there now. Oh, someone is into the pit lane, and it's Ali Rain. Ali Rain's now into the pit lane. And still Sam Oskin's in the pits. Now, I don't know if Danny Wells is back out on the track. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see where Danny Wells is. Is he back moving again? Yes, he's back moving again. So they sorted the problem out, but he's not going to win at Talladega here tonight. Jamie Smith has just passed Chris Summers. That's their own little personal battle here. Now, what's happened here? Oh, they've caught up with Cody Lammers. So Cody Lammers is now a lap down. And he's going to hold up both Robert Yates' cars, Zachary Fitzwater and Andy McCreary. Oh, that's so tight. That is just so close. Fitzwater may get held up behind. Pulte goes to go around the outside. So too does Commons to try and get by the lap car now of Cody Lammers. And they all get by relatively fine. Yeah, and I believe Alex Rowe may have actually lost the lead draft here. So we're now down to about 20 drivers, because we did see Ali Rain come into the pit lane. There she is. She's come out now. Heard from pit road there that she actually cut a tyre, so she had to come into the pit lane. Unfortunately there for Ali Rain, but here she comes now. Here comes the lead pack here to go and put a lap down. Oh God, that camera angle terrifies me. Here we go. Yep, Qualls is now clear. Carson Green may be stuck behind the recovering Ali Rain. And now Jack Mitchell now goes into second spot. Nathan Hudson in the third. She'll get up to full speed now, so I don't think she will be. Yes, I think she's up to full speed now, but she is a lap down. So Qualls leads, followed by Jack Mitchell. Have a little advantage over the guy in third, which is Nathan Hudson. Now we're looking at Seth Cole, the All-Star champion. He's the first car on the middle. Trying to get a run on Michael Norman on the outside, but no, Michael says, no, I want to get you a draft here, Nathan. And there's Levi McIntyre yet again, and he's got his teammate Daniel Rose right behind him. What lap are we on to now? Lap 23 out of 57, so nearly half distance now. And we've got at least about 19 cars here battling for the lead battle here. McCreary's sort of actually dropping away a little bit, isn't he? Yeah, Anthony McCreary looks like he's dropping, and you can see Alex Rowe. And then Alex Rowe has really lost the lead pack. Yeah, he's lost the lead draft. He may fall into the clutches of this pack here, which is still led by Nick Gunther, just past his teammate, the slow Cody Lammers. And that outfield actually has dwindled down. What's happened to... Oh, there's Brand Tedesco. Oh, Tedesco's actually fallen down now too. So must be a problem as well on the Harris Chevy. And there's Wintergreen trying to hold on to this pack of there, which is now led by Charles Sanfer. Anyway, back to the lead pack here, and Squall still has the lead. Carson Green looked like he was going to go low. Spotter told him there's a car on your inside, so he stayed in that lane. Here comes McLean, goes to the inside of Qualls, and he wants to retake the lead back again. And there he will do it. Trent Dunham, he also started dead last on the back row of the grid. He's on the tail end of this lead pack. Oh, and his teammate Carson Green wants to get the lead again. Shall we see? Shall we see from Trent Dunham's point of view here? Let's just sit in silence here and just look at a lap while we're on board with Wes McCall. So they're on the backstretch. And you see a car into turn 3. Oh! And there's a crash up ahead! And that was Voiles. A few other drivers were involved. Daniel Voiles is in it. Pulte was in it. McCall. Oh, and Seth Cole and Christian Martin all involved as well. And that's going to bring out caution number 2. Andy McCready looks like he was okay. Oh no, he's actually coming in. McCready's coming in. Oh, he's got damage on both sides of the Budweiser Chevrolet, unfortunately. So he's coming into the pit lane. So caution is out for the second time today. And the leader was Matt McLean. So there you go there. Oh, and they're spinning under caution. Michael Norman and Jesse Turner and Trent Dunham all get together. That's under caution. Oh, God. Trent Dunham comes out right in front of Alex Rowe. That was dangerous. And look at the other drivers. They don't have to avoid it. No. And Austin LaPlante gets into Turner. So too did Wintergreen as well. Oh, they're still getting held up there. Careful, guys. You're going to wreck each other's cars now. Well, Austin LaPlante's day is ruined now. I don't think his car can carry on. Look at that Schwantz Dodge. I'll be surprised if you can actually see out the front. So too is Jesse Turner. He's pulling into the pit lane. And the history maker who won back-to-back races early on in the season. He's kind of struggling in the second half of the season. He really is, isn't he? He really, really is. Anyway, we've got some pit stops that's actually happening. Matt McLean stays out. Carson Green stays out. RJ Bishop stays out. Fitzwater stays out. The first one into the pit lane is the outside pole sitter ahead of Sky Commons. And the other drivers then that's actually had some damage are all coming into the pit lane. Oh, look at the damage to the back of Wes McCall's Chevrolet. Yeah, that's going to need major fixing. I've just seen Sam Oskin in the background, so his car's now repaired. We'll have a look at a replay to see what happened to Sam Oskin. So a few drivers that's coming to the pits, and a few drivers that are staying out. I'll be surprised if Austin LaPlante's car still is good enough to continue. No, he's out of the race, unfortunately. So, and out goes Ali Rain, comes out ahead of Sky Commons, but again, Ali Rain is a lap down. And out goes Alex Rowe. Good pit stop, actually, by Alex Rowe. Must have been a fuel-only pit stop. Comes out ahead of Michael Norman. And this is on, well, this is not on board here with Sam Oskin, but we did see Oskin into the pit lane. And this is what happened to the Charter Ford. So he was just driving, doing okay. And then that's when the car has an issue. Obviously, the car was too quick enough to go into pit lane, so he puts his car on the inside. Good bit of driving there, good awareness there from Samet. Tells the rest of the drivers that he does have a problem. And then this is when the car actually slows down. And then he just kind of stops it going into turn 1. And that's what happened with the 16. There you go. And the car comes to a complete stop. I'm surprised I actually didn't bring out the caution. We just saw what happened. I actually just see what happened. What was the problem with Danny Wells's car? And it was a cut tyre, like the same as Ali Rain. So he had to go into the pit lane to get that tyre changed. But this is what happened to bring out the second caution. And again, some just tight racing there between Christian Martin and the 41 of Seth Cole. Then them two are sort of like a magnet. They've clipped onto each other. They stick. And then they go into the transition into turn 3 where no car doesn't want to turn. They go straight on into Wes McCall, who hits the outside wall. Daniel Voyle slaps the outside wall, but the back of his car is damaged, as well as James Qualls. And that's what happened there. Just about, I think Dylan Pulte may have just had slight minimal contact, but his car might be okay to continue. Then they both slide down. Luckily, no other drivers were involved because there was too big of a gap with the other pack led by... Oh, and here comes Anthony McCready. Oh, did he just clip the 41? Yeah, the 41's now got engine damage. Maybe the radiator's now been bust. And I think that's why the 8 just got slight contact. And yeah, now you can see the 41's car's billowing with smoke. Well, we actually apologise here, but we cut back here to live action. And you can just see the green flag is about a lap come out there. And it looks like more drivers have decided to come into the pit lane. Matt McIntyre had to sacrifice the lead to make a pit stop, as well as RJ Bishop and Carson Gum and Carson Green, followed by Nathan Hudson, Jack Mitchell, Poteet, and Charles Sanfer. So they all basically sacrificed their track position to start at the back of the grid, which is now inherited now by the leader who started 42nd and last, Zachary Fitzwater. For Zachary Fitzwater, who started on the pole in last season's race. Oh, what's happening to Fitzwater? He's coming into the pit lane. Well, this was just a terrible judgment call here by the team. Well, he's following in the pace car, so that will probably mean that the 88 of Levi McIntyre is now going to inherit the lead. Yeah, Fitzwater's coming in. Ali Rain, she's a lap down in 27th place. She's the first car, one lap down. Second is a 0 of Sky Commons. The pole sitter Alex Rose now into third place. Now because of the demise of Fitzwater. Just when I was praising on him. And Michael Norman is fourth. And Nick Gunther, who was involved in the lap 5 accident, he's going to restart fifth. We're back underway. What an interesting and bizarre restart that was. Now, the problem with these drivers there that made the pit stop the lap before there, as Wintergreen doesn't have a bonnet now, is they're going to have to contend with slower cars. As you can see, Jesse Turner's got his car is quite badly damaged. So, as well, I mean, Cody Lammers has got damage too on his car. So they don't want to be stuck behind these slower cars for too long. Otherwise, they're going to be losing the lead draft now. And you can see leading the field is Summers, and his car was damaged also in the lap 5 accident, along with Jamie Smith. Oh, and now Levi McIntyre comes into the pit lane. McIntyre now goes into the pit lane. And that now enables Sky Commons with the lead, and Alex Rowe was into second place. Nick Gunther's now into third. James Qualls is back on the track again. Is he a lap down? No, he's actually in the top 5. And now what's Liam Ervig doing? Liam Ervig is slowing off the pace. He's touching on the bottom of the apron of the track. Is he incurred a problem as well? It looks like he is. He's weaving backwards and forwards. You've got to be careful. There's some traffic coming at you about 180 miles an hour. Move out the way, Liam, move out the way. And that's nearly going to be a big crash right behind there. Liam, what on earth are you doing? So yet another problem has accounted. It might be a cut tyre. They may have not cleaned the track again. So that has really spreaded the lead now here. Alex Rowe still with the lead. Well, he's got the lead back, actually, I should say. Ali Rain still a lap down. Here comes McIntyre. So Levi's now back out on the track. And look at this mess of cars that's right behind. Yeah, who's right behind Chris Summers? Look at this gaggle of cars. And they're still all trying to get by with the slower cars. That's some of the grass being kicked up there. That would have been from Ervig going into the pit lane with his problem. Now then, Daniel Voiles, look at his M&M's Dodge there. He's got a damaged car, but it looks like it's still on good terms, good pace though. Which is now led by Dylan Poteet. Now they've got the 4 cars ahead of Shelton Summers, Christian Martin and Jamie Smith all ahead. And are they going quicker? They're going 201 miles an hour. Yeah, they're going about 8 miles an hour slow. So they're going to catch them in the hurry. There's Trent Dunham in the 1. He's on the lead lap. He sits in 6th place. James Qualls sitting in 5th. Michael Norman 4th. Nick Gunther in 3rd. We've got a whole load of lap traffic that's in this pack of cars here. So you've got Alex Rowe as the leader. Sam Oskin's multiple laps down. Commons, the gold car, just pulls out to your left. He sits 2nd. 3rd place is the purple FedEx machine of Nick Gunther, who nearly shuts the door in Michael Norman's face. 5th is James Qualls, who we're looking at. And 6th is Trent Dunham's. And all the other drivers there that have concurred a problem in the pit lane. Oskin, we just saw on the replay why his car stopped going into turn 1. Danny Wells incurred a tyre issue, so too did Ali Rain, so too did the 88 of Levi McIntyre. Anyway, 7th place now goes to Dylan Poteet, RJ Bishop in 8th. Matt McLean on the outside in 9th, and Carson Green completes the top 10. They are now have actually passed the four slower cars of Smith, Shelton, Summers and Christian Martin. You can see pretty much there now at the back end of this pack. Now they've got to hunt down the one of Trent Dunham. And of course, there'll be plenty of time to do that now because we're into the second half of the race. Lap 35 out of 57. So if they can work together again in a single file, they can actually be a lot more quicker than the lead pack of drivers because they're still battling all kinds of position here. Sky Commons now takes the lead. And Danny Wells is trying to unlap himself as well as the 88 of Levi McIntyre. So you've got 4 cars then a lap down, 4 cars on the lead lap, and James Qualls and Trent Dunham is just slowly losing the lead draft. Now they're going to fall into the clutches of this pack of drivers, led by Poteet, and then you've got Nathan Hudson and his teammate Carson Gummer right behind him in the 99 Office Depot car. You can see the purple hat is their Chevrolet of Brand Tedesco. I think he's actually still on the lead lap. Where is he running in? Yeah, he is on the lead lap. He's running 15th. Daniel Voiles sitting 16th. Christian Martin is 17th. Chris Summers is 18th. 19th is Jamie Smith. And completing the top 20 is Jessica Shelton. Then you've got Jesse Turner in 21st. Wes McCall 22nd. Cody Lammers is running a lap down in 28th, I believe it was. Yeah, now Tedesco is actually losing the draft there with Charles Sanfer. And now Daniel Voiles passes the 7. Now then, let's see if they're catching up. The 1 is now hooked with the 24. Now he's actually going to go to the inside. That's not really smart racing from Trent, because that's going to enable the big pack of cars to really catch up behind. Anyway, back up front with the lead, and it's still Commons with the advantage. Well, maybe not for long, as that green number 37 is stuck between 2 lap cars. Well, Danny Wells is now on the tail end of the lead lap now. It's Michael Norman that sits in 3rd, Gunther down to 4th. Now the leaders are side by side. Don't forget, we've got 4 drivers on the lead lap and 4 drivers that are, well, 5 drivers in this battle are on the lead lap. The 9 past the leader. And you've got the 88 of Levi McIntyre, Ali Rain, and the 16 of Sam Oskin have made pit stops. The 88 and the 77 are a lap down. The 16's multiple laps down. And there's Fitzwater, who was leading the field, come to the green flag and then followed the base car into the pit lane with a very bizarre sort of sequence there. But he sits 24th. There's Wintergreen and Diego Ospina. He may get past to get by them too anyways. Danny Wells then leads the pack. He's now on the tail end of the lead pack. Now we've got to see where the 1... Oh yes, now the pack is caught up with the 1 and the 24. I don't know if they're going to have time to catch up with the lead pack because these are all, fast race cars. But if they can work together, they can do it. I mean, it is still a gigantic lead, though, they have over this lead pack of cars. Danny's just hoping and praying that a caution comes out, so then he goes back onto the lead lap. Commons still leads. Rowe looks low to the inside. Not going to get it done. Michael Norman still sits 3rd, and Nick Gunther, who's on the tail end of this pack, still sits in 4th. Now, where is RJ Bishop? There he is there. He came across a lap time in 10th place, passes Hudson. Oh, I thought Hudson was going to go down on Charles Sanford. Here comes Carson Greenton, looks to the inside. And Matt McLean comes down and helps, so too does RJ. RJ's also got his teammate Jack Mitchell in the Texaco 42. Just comes down and blocks the 32 of Charles Sanford in the process, going into 3 and 4. And I think Dunham and James Qualls, they're starting to drop back now from this pack. Now, I think Trent Dunham now has a problem. Yes, Dunham's got a problem too. We've seen this with Liam Ervig. So Trent Dunham now has a problem from 14th position. Yep, Dunham's on the apron of the track, so that's going to enable Christian Martin. I think Christian Martin might be a lap down, actually. We'll actually see, actually, is he? No, he's still on the lead lap, my apologies. So yeah, this is going to enable Daniel Voiles to move up a spot, Brian Tedesco to move up a spot, and Christian Martin to move up all 1 spots, as well as this pack of drivers. Again, more dust being kicked up there. We did see that with Liam Ervig. Where's Liam, actually? Where's Liam? Oh, Liam might have actually retired. Oh, he might have actually. Well, in goes the 1, and you can see this was exactly what happened with Danny Welsh. Just changing tyres. They may have had a cut tyre. Yep, it was exactly, yeah, same outcome there. Yeah, I don't even see the 20 machine. Leave it, Liam Ervig. Yeah, it must have been a terrible problem. Now then, the lead pack's caught up with some slower cars of Tedesco and the 07 of Tedesco. Wintergreen and Ospina. Now they're being held up massively. And Alex Rowe's freed himself. Yeah, Rowe has freed himself from the lead, from this pack. And Rowe is still pulling away. Commons is the gold car in second. Might lose second to the 5 of Michael Norman. And still Gunther not making a run. Now, is that going to enable that second pack of cars to really catch up? But the problem is, though, with that second pack, which is led by who now? RJ Bishop. They've got to do the same thing as well to get by the slow cars of Wintergreen and Ospina. And Ospina may have just held up their teammate Sam Oskin a bit more there. But now Alex Rowe has a huge lead. Don't forget the 18 is a lap down. And we were just mentioning about this as well, because the last time that we raced was at Michigan, and Alex Rowe was actually really looking good for a strong finish. Because I mean, we had touched on a God, I can't speak. We haven't touched upon it the whole of the season up until the last week here, but Alex Rowe is the only driver to have not touched a top 10 finish. But this possibly could be his best opportunity to do it here. Now, the problem is that lead is getting smaller and smaller as the pack is starting to close up now. Now, the second pack is actually caught up now with the 07 and the 97. Have they got by it cleanly? Sort of. Yes, they have now. Mitchell leads this pack. Carson come at the tail end, as well as the 40 now of RG Bishop. So he's now at the back end of this pack. This will be a better point stay for the 40 team. He currently sits, well, he was in P11. I don't think he's in P11 now. I may be a little bit down. Anyway, this is actually the battle for 5th place now. How many laps to go? We're not even down to 10 to go yet. So this is a battle for 5th place, and it's going to be led by Nathan Hudson. I think the gap still looks pretty big, I'm afraid. So Hudson sits in 5th, Poteet 6th, McLean 7th, Gumman 8th, Carson Green in 9th, RJ Bishop in 10th, and Jack Mitchell sits in 11th place. As now, the lead has now been drawn back now, and it's still Commons in 2nd with a good run into turn 3. The only problem is, though, is Danny Wells is on the inside as well, and he'll go down low, and he's going to take the lead back again. Now they've got more lap traffic ahead. Who's this ahead of them? That is Fitzwater. Fitzwater in the 29. They're next. He's the next target then to be a lap down. Oh, now we got Michael Norman. Michael Norman now wants to show some muscle in that Hendrick-powered Chevrolet. He's not got any help, though, and he might lose the 2nd spot with the run that Alex Rowe's got, getting a draft off his fellow Dodge comrade with Ali Rain. Don't forget, Ali Rain still riding very badly hurt with her legs being really mangled in that nasty accident at Michigan when she hit the pit barrier. Hopefully these drivers are actually good enough to go to the finish to thingy. Yeah, don't forget, we might have pit stops that might happen late on in this race. Anyway, we've got 10 laps to go. Commons still leads. Alex Rowe in second, on course for his best finish of the season. Michael Norman sits in third. Nick Gunther still there in fourth in that FedEx car. The tail end of that lead pack. Now we are catching up now on the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. And that's not going to help Commons as Levi McIntyre. Oh, gosh. Yeah, good awareness there from Commons. They had to back out of that there because Levi didn't make any favours for Sky. Now we're nearly 4 wide here. And indeed we go 4 abreast. 3 lap cars and then the leaders on the bottom of the track. There, Commons stuck behind the lap traffic. Now there's more cars there. Wes McCall, Cody Lammers, Jesse Turner. That pack behind is catching up to Sama Ozkan. Can that second pack catch up to the lead pack? Oh. And they've got 3 more lap cars to contend with now too. And there they are, and they're battling side by side. This is all for position, but they're going to be all a lap down too. Oh, this is going to be one exciting race, I can tell you that there. Ali Rain pulls out. Can Alex... Oh, no, Alex is actually defending. Oh, look at Commons. What's Commons doing? Oh, I think the same as well for Levi McIntyre, as well as Ali Rain. They're trying to go on the apron. Oh, they're trying to find a way by. I thought they concurred the problem. Look at this. They're all trying to get by the slow cars. The other second pack of cars have caught up to Sama Ozkan. Oh, this is really dicey, really sketchy stuff here. Rowe looks up on the slower lap car of Jesse Turner. And he gets by in as well. So good driving again here from Alex Rowe. He looks really determined here. Like I said, he's not had a top 10 this season, but looks like he wants to do it better and get a win. He sits 41st in the championship. Over 600 points behind the championship leader lower cars. Probably 700 points behind. But he's got himself back to a big lead advantage there. So they managed to get by the slow cars. The second pack is catching. The second pack of cars is catching, led by Matt McLean. Just looking to see how many laps we've got left then. We're coming up on lap 52 out of 57. So 6 more laps to go. It's the 37 that leads. The 5 has gone into second. The 00's in third. And the 11 of Nick Gunther is in 4th place. Levi McIntyre goes low to try and unlap himself yet again. Commons stuck on the outside line. Here comes Gunther to take third away from the 00. Gunther started in P12 in this race. Was involved in an accident back at lap 5. That was the first caution, where his car slapped the outside wall going into turn 3. Looks like the team have done a great job repairing it. Now the second pack is actually catching up with the slow cars. They've got by Cody Lammers perfectly fine, but Lammers is actually holding up a few cars right in front of him. And he's holding up Dylan Poteet and then also blocks Sama Ozkan with Nathan Hudson in it too. So that second pack that was catching, they've had to get held up behind even more. And now they have to redo it again, and it'll probably take a full lap to get back going again with their engines. Man, oh man, I don't know who's going to end up winning this race here. It's going to be absolutely mental what's going to happen at the end of this race here. But we've got about 4 or 5 laps to go. But now Alex Rowe in the lead. Here comes the 11, the 500 champion. Already won a super speedway race. Knows how to get things done here. Don't forget he was part of the closest race to ever lose a race at Daytona, when he lost by 1,000th of a second. But then he won the Daytona race this season here. It looks like he wants to get a second super speedway win here today. And in fact he does. He actually takes the lead, because the lead pack here are all with the back of the pack. The guys that are ahead are the ones that are battling here. Oh, did Gunther lead that lap? Yes, he did. Gunther led the lap. So he knows it's time to go. But the problem is, so he's got loads of lap traffic to contend with right in front of him now. And there's more traffic ahead as they're going onto the backstretch. Oh, Carson Green's gone into the pit lane. Oh, will they make it on fuel? Oh, and now Jessica Shelton, she comes into the pit lane. Fuel could be an issue here. Oh, can the leaders actually hold on for the fuel? Oh, Michael Norman, he's the first one to come in from the lead. So this is going to be run on pit strategy. And who's getting... Oh, that was Carson Green. And now the 37's pulled away. Now we're seeing people making pit stops, so obviously they can't go the rest of the way. Who's that also into the pit lane? Yes, Shelton's in the pit lane. Michael Norman's in the pit lane too. Who was that also in the pits? Oh, it's Christian Martin. Christian Martin was also in the pits. Oh, I'll tell you something. That second pack is now catching up with Sky Cummins and Nick Gunther. But look at the lead that Alex Rowe has. Oh, they're catching up now on Wes McCall to put him yet another lap down. He goes around the outside. The 9, the 88. Oh no, the 37 comes in. The 37 comes into the pit lane. And now Cummins takes the lead, who's side by side with Gunther. And we've got 2 laps to go. Can the second pack catch up? Oh, they're all coming in. Qualls is in. Tedesco's in. Summers is in. Wintergreen is in. There's the leader who's just went into the pit lane. There's Martin. He comes out. So now, Sky Cummins now inherits the lead. Gunther's in second. And they're catching up on West McCall. But here comes the second pack right here. Carson Gum is catching the second pack here, as well as Dylan Poteet. Oh, this is going to be one incredible. This must be one exciting way to end a NASCAR race here on fuel strategy here. Gunther takes the lead now. As we're coming, no, Gunther's coming in, is he? No, he's not. He's staying out. Cummins goes up high. Gunther goes low. Here comes Poteet. The second pack has catched them now. What on the last lap? White flag is out now. It's Cummins the lead. Summers comes back out onto the track. But Cummins now has a good lead over Dylan Poteet in second. Jack Mitchell's now in third. Now, all that Cummins wants is just a good tow from the 29. If he's got a good tow, the win will be his. Matt McLean has fallen way back now. I just don't think Poteet's got enough time. I think that gap is just too big. Ali Rain goes high there to protect Sky Cummins now. But here comes Poteet. Poteet with a run. Is it going to be too little too late for the 19? I think it just might well be. And coming off the tri-oval, Sky Cummins wins at Auto Club and he wins at Talladega. Poteet gets second and Jack Mitchell gets third. But what a thrilling end to the race that was there. Where's Alex Rowe? Where is he? Where on earth is he? Oh, Daniel Voiles. Voiles is out of fuel. Voiles is out of fuel. In from 9th place. There's Alex Rowe. And he's just past Trent Dunham. He's in 11th place. He'll get by Danny Voiles, and that will put him securely in the top 10. I think it will. Yep. Is that going to make the Alex Rowe then get into the top 10? Checkered flag has crossed him, and he will finish in 9th. He does get a top 10. So Alex Rowe finally breaks the duck again in the top 10. I think Jamie Swift's just come into the pit lane. He's out of fuel. But all the other drivers are in there. But well done, Sky Cummins. That was some finish to the race there. Let's get your official results and the points after this incredible race at Talladega. And we'll see you again next week where the drivers will go over to Homestead. Bye-bye.